Hello and welcome to Sara Yoga. I'm Kat and this is day 23 of 30 days of yoga. Enjoy the class. Starting in your comfortable cross-legged position, move the flesh of your buttocks out of the way so you can feel yourself centered on your sit bones and use a block to give yourself a little bit of a lift, and you'll be able to lengthen your spine and sit up even straighter. You might like to have your legs in this traditional cross-legged position or with one heel in front of the other. And then settling yourself, feeling the connection between your body and the block and the mat underneath you. Feeling grounded through there. Hands on your knees or thighs and feeling grounded through there too. And your spine is wonderfully long. Lift and lengthen each vertebra away from its neighbour underneath it. Check in with your face and jaw, lips, teeth and tongue, and begin to relax them as you connect with your breath. Observing your inhalation flowing in and out. Allowing the breath to follow its easiest path, and perhaps even taking a voiced exhalation or a big sigh. Inhaling, sigh it out. Just let everything that's happened so far today melt away and find yourself focused and centered here on the yoga mat. Long and lengthened spine, connected with your breath. On your inhalation, shrug your shoulders right up to your ears, and exhale, slide them down your back as if you could put them into your back pockets. Let's repeat that again. Inhale, lengthen up, feel lots of space between each vertebra, and exhale, shoulders slide down, keeping that length in the spine. One more time, inhale up and exhale down. Plant your shoulder blades into your back pockets and keep them there. Stay connected with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. So lovely breath in. And on your exhalation, drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale, looking out over one shoulder. Keep shoulders drawing down your back. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Beautiful back of the neck stretch there. Inhale, look up and over the other shoulder. And exhale, chin towards your chest. Just repeating a couple of times each side, and maybe bringing your fingertips down by your sides. Just observing where you feel the stretches down the side of the neck, into the top of your back, into your top of your shoulder maybe. And last round, take your time, come back to center, head, neck and spine all aligned. Bring palms to touch in front of your heart. Feel that connection between the palms, that circle of energy that you've created as you inhale and squeeze palms together. Feel strength in your upper back and your arms. Turn your fingertips away from you, beginning to feel a wrist stretch here. And exhale, stretch your fingertips out in front of you. Inhale, reach your arms out wide, setting your shoulder blades on your back, down away from your ears. And exhale, palms to touch in front of your heart. Inhale as you squeeze palms together. Exhale, open your hands up like a book. Bring the backs of your hands together, fingers down and stretch away. So again, push your fingers forward as you inhale to the back of the body. And then exhale, down, around and up. Little fingers touch, thumbs touch, creating this lotus flower gesture. And bring palms to touch in front of your heart. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Interlock your fingers, turn your palms towards the ceiling. Shoulders draw down your back as you exhale, drop your chin. Inhale, bring your head to center. Ground your sit bones, ground your feet. And exhale as you extend into a side lean. So really extend. Both side bodies are long. Inhale back to the middle and exhale, push your palms away. Ground your bottom down as you extend into a side lean. Inhale back to center and then exhale as you push your palms out in front of you, rounding your upper body. Wow, lovely stretch in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, reaching your arms back up, and exhale, float your arms back down, bringing palms to touch in front of your heart. And inhale as you reach your arms out wide, spreading out your fingers. Exhale, reaching back and down. Fingertips might touch the floor. Palms stay facing forward and shoulder blades squeeze together. Inhale, back and up. And exhale, palms to touch. So we're going to inhale here. Same movement but opposite breath. Exhale, your arms up, drop your shoulders down your back. Inhale, bring your hands behind you, palms face forward, shoulder blades squeeze together. And exhale, back and up, shoulder blades set on the back. Inhale, palms to touch, beautiful. Exhale, drop your fingertips down by your sides. Inhale, reaching one arm up and exhaling over into a lovely loose side lean. Inhale, lengthen up, cartwheel your arms over. Exhale over to the other side. Delicious stretch down the side body. Come back to center and bring palms to touch. Inhale, reaching your arms up, lengthen. Exhale, twist from the base of your spine, looking out over your back shoulder. Inhale, lengthen back to center, long spine. Exhale, twist from the base of the spine. Feel that twist spiraling up your spine until you turn your head, look over your shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, your hands down in front of your heart. Inhale, sweeping your arms around and up. And exhale, circling your wrists in towards the midline of the body as you float your arms down and bring palms to touch. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, circling your wrists away from the midline of your body as you float your arms down. And have a few lovely shoulder shrugs and circles. So then coming forward onto hands and knees, with hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Lengthen from the crown of your head to the tailbone. Creases between your wrists and hands parallel with the front of the mat. Tummy gently drawn in, clarifying your flat cat position. Softly bent elbows, a little micro flex there. Feeling extended from crown of head to tailbone. An active posture. Breathing wide and full into your chest. Lovely. And then imagining you have a light on your chest and you're beaming it straight down at the earth. Inhale as you shine your light forward in front of you. Curl your toes under, accentuating the curve of the lower back into your up cat. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat and exhale, round your spine, relax your neck, let your head hang down into down cat. So shining into up cat. Bring tops of the feet to the mat, exhale round and sink your bottom down into child pose, bottom to the heel. Inhaling, rising up to hands and knees, shine your chest forward, curl your toes under, roll your shoulders back, up cat. Tops of the feet to the mat, exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your spine and sink your bottom down towards your heels. One more round here. This extended up cat, down cat vinyasa, warming up your back. And then relaxing for a moment in child pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Relax and soften everything. Relaxing face and jaw, lips, teeth and tongue. All melting into the mat. And then on your next inhalation, rising up onto elbows and knees. So we're going to come into a half plank position from the elbows. You might like to just measure the distance between the elbows by catching your opposite elbow, checking the elbows are under shoulders directly, and you've got hips forward of the knees, and then you can clasp your hands in front of you if that's comfortable, or you can have your palms face down. I like gently clasped hands, not tense through the fingers. Shoulders over the elbows directly, hips forward of the knees. Tuck your tummy in, slightly tuck the tailbone down. So you want to make sure that you're not sagging through the lower back. So you've got that integrity there, that length from crown of head to tailbone. I'm just going to slide my knees back a little bit just to give myself a little bit more challenge here. But if you want less challenge, you can have hips more directly over the knees. So you can tailor that to your own practice. You might have the tops of your feet to the mat, or you might curl your toes under. Either is fine as well. Back of the neck is parallel to the floor, not craning your head up, not dropping it down. And lengthening here from crown of head to tailbone. Slight tuck of the tailbone under to snuggle the tummy in towards the spine. Keep your shoulders drawing away from your ears. Lots of space between your ears and shoulders. Good, doing really well. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can curl your toes under, press out through your heels, lifting the knees, engaging the fronts of your thighs into a full plank on the elbows. Just making sure that your shoulders are over your elbows directly. You may feel a little wobble and a shake. This is your muscles working so hard. Never strain. Breathe, use your ujjayi breath. Push the floor away with your elbows and forearms. Lower your knees, tops of the feet to the mat, and rest into child pose. Good. Have a little wriggle side to side, circling the wrists. Draw your tummy in towards your spine, so you roll yourself back up to sitting. Bring your bottom down to the floor and lower yourself down by your side, and then coming over onto your front, but staying up on your elbows. So we're coming into a gentle back bend called Sphinx pose. Elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. Forearms aligned with your elbows, nice spread out fingers. And you're gently grounding down through your forearms into the earth. Draw your tummy in towards your spine. And shine the backs of your legs up towards the ceiling, as if you had stockings on with lines, those old-fashioned stockings with lines up the back. And you're shining those lines straight up to the ceiling. Just observe what's happening in your sacroiliac area and buttocks. We want the buttocks to stay soft because this keeps the sacroiliac joint from becoming, the muscles around that joint from becoming tense. We don't want to compress into that joint. So you want to think of a very slight internal spiral of rotation at the thighs. And to do this, we can ground down through the baby toe side of the foot, just a little bit extra. Think of grounding down and extending out through the baby toe side of the foot. The whole top of the foot is grounding down, but especially that little baby toe side. Have a few breaths here. Think of your heart nice and open and lifted. And then, on your next exhalation, just slowly lowering yourself down. You can make a little diamond shape with your hands to cradle your forehead. Or you might like to turn your head to the side and bring your arms down by your sides. Relax your legs, wobble side to side. Just melt everything into the mat. Good. So you can either roll onto your side and use the strength of your arms to come up to sitting and then come into child pose. Or you might like to chaturanga up, reverse chaturanga. So bringing everything back to center, forehead back to center, palms under the shoulders, elbows in, curl your toes under, pressing up to hands and knees, feeling like you're being lifted from your waist, keeping the elbows in. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat and exhale down to child pose. So however you moved into child pose, we'll all just meet there. Have a little circle for the wrists. Ground your hands down. And just for a moment, turn your palms to face up. Feel that spiral, that external spiral of rotation in your shoulders that happens when you do that. And then ground your hands down. On your next inhalation, coming up to hands and knees, curl your toes under and exhale your bottom into the air into downward dog. Stretch up and back into your tailbone. Beautiful long lean line. Inhale, lower with control to hands and knees. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat and exhale down to child pose. Continue with your breath. Inhale, hands and knees, curl your toes under. And exhale into downward facing dog. Relax neck, head hangs down. Push the floor away with your hands. Inhale, flowing to hands and knees. And exhale, child pose. Bottom towards the heels, belly to the thighs, forehead to the mat. Don't worry if you can't get your bottom all the way to your heels. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. Keep flowing with your breath. In a moment, we're going to do some Chaturangas. So that's the movement where we lower ourselves down to the floor in one long piece. And today we're progressing to our upward facing dog. If you want to leave that out, if you're still building up your strength, then just stay with this dynamic dog vinyasa. I'm sure you will be feeling that downward dog is great for building shoulder strength. You can really feel the shoulders working. You push your floor away, push your tailbone up and back towards the line between the ceiling and the wall. And in downward dog, let's stay there for a moment, actually make your way there. In your downward dog, you can feel that external spiral of rotation at the shoulders. See if you can create that. So it's like the outside edges of your shoulders are looping around towards the front of the rib cage a little bit. feeling space in between the shoulder blades. In your downward dog, you might like a little paddle for your feet. And then you might like to move on with the vinyasa, the movement in time with the breath when you're ready. So if you're staying with dynamic dog vinyasa, then that's fine. And you might like to stay in stillness in any of the poses in the sequence. And if you're coming to join me for some Chaturangas, then come down to child pose for a moment. Have another little circle for the wrists. Turning your palms to face upwards for a moment. And then grounding the hands down, shoulder width apart. Spread out all your fingers. Inhaling, coming up to hands and knees. So we're coming into our half plank on the hands. So you might like to walk your hands forward of the shoulders and then bring your shoulders forward so they're directly over the hands. Curl your toes under, tuck your tailbone slightly, drawing your tummy in so you're strong around your middle, not sagging through the lower back. Push the floor away so you're not dipping through your shoulders. Broadness across the back of the body. So take a nice inhalation here and exhale as you lower yourself down to the floor in one long piece. We're going to land gently all the way down to the floor and we're coming into a baby cobra now. So bring tops of the feet to the mat, shine the backs of your legs up towards the ceiling, ground down through your baby toe side of the foot and inhale, lift your collarbone up and forward. Lengthen it up, lowest rib stays on the mat. Hands are not pressing down, baby cobra. Exhale, release back down. Curl your toes under. Draw your tummy and lift the pelvic floor. Feel lifted from your waist as you push back up, keeping elbows in. And then we're exhaling into downward facing dog. Inhale, hands underneath with control. Exhale, child pose. So then another round, and this time with our upward facing dog preparation pose. So inhaling back up to your half plank. Just check your alignment, hips forward of the knees. Shoulders over the hands directly, soft elbows but push the floor away, toes curled under, inhale here. Exhale, lower down to the floor in one long piece. And then this time, inhale as you push your heels away, engage the fronts of your thighs and parts of the fronts of the thighs will lift off the mat. I can only feel my hips really on the mat, the whole thighs are lifting off the mat, collarbone will naturally lift up and forward, elbows stay in. Exhale, release back down, draw tummy and lift pelvic floor, keep elbows in as you push back up to hands and knees. And then we're exhaling into downward dog, good. Inhale slowly, hands and knees. And exhale, child pose. Have a moment's rest here. So the next round will include upward facing dog and I'll show you the gentle exit first and then the more challenging exit in the next round. So from child pose, palms face up. Just feeling that external spiral of rotation at the shoulders. Keep your shoulder blades drawing down your back as if you could plant them in your back pockets and keep them there. And ground your hands down, feeling fingertips extending forwards as shoulder blades draw down your back. So there's already so much activation happening in your arms and your shoulders. Breathe in between your shoulder blades. And you might like to use your ujjayi breath as we do this vinyasa as well, if you can remember that from day 12. So inhaling, coming back up into half plank. So hands are under shoulders, hips forward of the knees, tuck the tail slightly, draw your tummy and lift your pelvic floor. So we're going to lower down in one long piece, but there will be a slight difference here. So we're inhaling wide and full into the chest. Exhale, lower down in one long piece, back of the neck is long. Keep your inner hip bones slightly lifted, elbows stay in. And then inhale as you push your collarbone through, engage the fronts of your thighs, push out through your heels, shine your chest forward, and there you are in your up dog. Keep lifting your belly towards your spine. Bring your knees to the floor and sink your bottom back towards your heels. And you can keep the toes curled under just for a moment. Into child pose, bring the tops of the feet to the mat. Good, that was lovely. So, the more challenging version out of this pose now. If you want to come back to that one, that's fine. So we're inhaling, coming back up, clarifying half plank position, toes curled under, tummy drawn in, slight tuck of the tailbone. Broad through the back of the body, push the floor away. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down in one long piece, keeping elbows in. Keep your inner hip bones slightly floating up. Inhale as you push your collarbone through, push your hands into the earth, engage the fronts of the thighs, push your heels away, upward dog. And exhale as you push your hands into the mat and send your bottom up and back towards the line between the ceiling and the wall into downward dog. Inhale with control onto hands and knees. And exhale into child pose to rest. Draw your tummy in towards your spine and roll slowly up to sitting, stacking each vertebra on top of the one underneath it. And then bring your bottom to the floor and your feet out to one side. So you're in your mermaid position. Stay nice and long through your spine. Take an inhalation here and exhale as you twist away from your feet, bringing your front hand to the opposite knee. Back hand down behind you, look out over your back shoulder in sage twist. Just breathe here, feeling beautiful long length in your spine. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, look out over your back shoulder. You can close your eyes or you can even look with your eyes if you want. And then drawing your tummy in towards your spine as you rotate back to center with control. Let's swap the feet over to the other side. Your mermaid position. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. And exhale, twist away from your feet, bringing front hand to opposite knee. Back hand out behind you, staying wonderfully long, looking out over your back shoulder. One more breath here. Slowly rotate back to centre and coming into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Use a block if it's best for you. Nice tall spine and a few shoulder shrugs and circles. Drop your shoulders down your back. Inhale, float your arms out to shoulder height. Exhale, circle your wrists down and inhale them up. And the other way. Inhale up, exhale down. Release your arms down, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, float your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, draw your right arm across in front of your body and use your left hand to draw the upper right arm in closer to your body. Give it a nice hug. Lower back stays long and shoulders shuffle down the back. Breathe into the muscles all around the shoulder that you feel stretching. Feel lifted from the base of your skull and the crown of your head. One more breath here. And release. Again, the shoulder shrugs and circles. Shoulders drop down your back. Inhale, arms reach out wide. Exhale, left arm comes across in front of you. Right hand draws the left upper arm in towards your body more. Giving the arm a hug. Relax this wrist. Relax the fingertips. Relax your face and jaw. Breathe into your shoulder. And then release and have a few nice shoulder shrugs and circles. Clasp your hands behind you, palms facing towards each other. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Breathe wide and full into the chest. Drop your shoulders down your back and away from your ears. So really slide them down. I know that in my body one shoulder tends to pop up a little bit in this one, so I hope it's not doing it now. Just really keep sliding those shoulders down. Make sure you don't let your head drop forward or back. Stay lengthened up from the crown of the head. And you can inquire as to whether you can lift your hands up behind you. You need to make sure you've got space behind you for this one as well. And as you lift up the clasped hands behind you, you'll feel that stretch even deeper across the front of your chest. And release and have a few nice shoulder shrugs and circles here. Place your fingertips down by your sides, long and lengthened up your spine. Inhale, reaching your right arm up and taking your hand to the side of your left side of your head and draw up and over, letting your head tilt into a little side lean for your neck, but you're really lengthening, you're lifting and lengthening the side of the head, you're lengthening the neck, lifting the side of your head as you draw it over. Shoulders draw down the back. Breathe here. Last breath and release. Again, some shoulder shrugs and circles. Drop your shoulders down your back. Inhale, float your left arm up, and exhale, draw your head over to the left, lengthening that right hand side of your neck. Drop your right shoulder down your back. Breathe. Just think of length in your neck. Think of length in both sides of the neck, even the shorter side. Think of length in that side too. Face and draw it. Maybe using your Ujjayi breath. And release. And have a few shoulder shrugs and circles. Hands in a comfy position, maybe knees or thighs. And exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale, look up and over one shoulder. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Inhale, look up and over the other shoulder. And bring your head back to center, head, neck and spine aligned. And then on your exhalation, just taking a nice round through the spine. Inhale back to center. Bringing palms to touch in front of your heart. Taking a moment to observe how you feel. And then taking your thumbs to the center of your forehead, bowing your head. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of your neck as the lower spine stays long. And taking a moment to thank yourself for your yoga practice today. Bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow.